your perspective of it, and then I'll take you to what I thought my perspective, because when I spent the year with EB, I felt like he just fucking was a guy that just yelled. You know, you didn't like you. Everybody
Eric
knows.
Bieniemy was a yeller.
Yeah, everybody knows Andy's running the show. Everybody knows it's Andy Reid's offense. Everybody knows offenses are catered to quarterbacks, especially quarterbacks that have had success. So I don't even understand what Bieniemy's gripe with Mahomes was. I mean, he needed to go find somebody lower on the totem pole to have that gripe.
I don't know. First off, I'll say this. I'm not letting no coach yell at me. Like, we can disagree, but when you start yelling at me, you no longer a coach.
Yeah.
Like, you somebody that I want to fight. That's just me. Excuse the noise. We don't know what's going on. I think they might be grinding somebody over there. But hopefully you guys can hear this. I don't do well with a coach yelling at me. You are not going to yell at me. Period. Now, you can coach me.
Yeah.
But you are not going to yell at me.
I'm fine with a coach yelling at me. I'm not. But if you can take it back,
it depends.
Grown men are going to have disagreements.
What are you yelling about?
Yeah.
Now, we can agree to disagree, but if it becomes like a belittling thing, which I don't know what it was, but that right there kind of shows me why Bieniemy hasn't been a head coach. When you watch guys, when we played and current players, when they play well, they'll give coaches credit. I don't recall ever seeing one player say, man, Eric Bieniemy did a hell of a job with this game plan.
He don't do shit.
But I'm sure he runs some of these meetings when Andy Reid is on the defensive side of the ball just checking in.
Andy don't go to the defensive side of the ball.
I'm sure he does at times.
I played there for a whole year. He didn't come into one defensive meeting the whole time I was there. I've never seen this man walk into the defensive meeting room one time when I was there.
The fact that you don't hear players praise Eric Bieniemy, I believe that's a problem.
Absolutely.
I think his ship has sailed.
Yeah.
You don't hear his name mentioned for head coaches anymore. And I don't believe that's going to happen.
No.
But the fact that that did occur, I don't think it's a big deal, because if a coach does that to me, any coach that watched this, y'all got to watch that, because you saw the Quinnen Williams thing, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's what's going to happen if that was me. Like, you're not going to get my face like that.
I can't say that that's not the reason why he became a head coach. McDaniels used to yell at Tom all the time. This sorry motherfucker keep.
But Tom would yell back, and so that's a relationship
Yeah.
that you can have with a coach. Like, we grown men.
True.
You can coach me. You're not gonna yell. If I'm wrong, maybe I can take it.
True.
If I'm wrong about something, yeah, damn, he is right. But you're not just gonna yell to yell. You my coach, I'm the player, but we both men. You're gonna respect me as that first.
Absolutely. Take me into, you're Mr. after the post-snap penalty himself.
No, not penalty. I just would talk a lot.
Chris Jones is post-snap.
That's bullshit.
With 5 minutes to go in the game. He's already sacked the quarterback.
That's bullshit.
His whole team is off. Like, everybody else is going to the side.
We're going to ask DeAngelo about this, too. We're going to go back to this.
He get a lot of post-snap fucking penalties, too.
DeAngelo talked a lot. He did. But this is my thing. It's like, it's third down. We get the stop. It's fourth down. You're about to punt. And you call me for unsportsmanlike conduct. And we were discussing this off air. And we'll say this. The only thing he could have said was the N-word.
Yeah.
To where
because he wasn't.
The ref was like, I got to throw this flag.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I mean, that's the only
we're
thing.
just assuming.
That's the only thing that he could have said, because it was two refs. One was the white guy didn't throw
Chris Jones didn't want to repeat what was said. Matt Ryan didn't want to repeat what was said. So we just assumed that was the case. Even if that is the case, you're playing a football game, it's a ton of emotion that comes with that. Like, let us play with emotion. Let them dudes play with emotion, because in essence, that call, that gave the coach the game. That changed the game,
It changed the game, definitely. It was a contributing factor. Let's talk about the 26-yard field goal.
You missed the face mask, though, that could have possibly changed. You missed that, though.
They did. But what about the 26-yard field goal? And then I'm going to have to blame EB since he's the old coordinator. Then you got to blame Andy a little bit. Why run a fucking fake field goal? Just run one of the best quarterbacks I ever played.
I don't understand the fake field goal. The missed field goal for me was like, wow. He had already missed a PAT, and then you turn around and miss a field goal. I mean, they could have played better, but when the defense gets to stop and you throw that flag on Chris Jones, I understand they want certain things out of the game, but this is a game of emotion. Things are going to happen. Like, stop babysitting and, I got to throw the flag. That's how we talk. It is what it is.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, they always have these meetings and things they want to take that out of the game, and you know, I mean, older black people, they don't like the word. And
I mean, whether you like it or not, that's how we.
It's the culture.
Certain people don't like it. Certain people use it, and that's just whether you like it or not. That's how we speak. And when you've been speaking like that for so long, it's hard to change.
Hell yeah,
And
it's like trying to convince some of these owners to change the way that they think.
Right, they don't want to do that,
Yeah.
but that's a great point now.
Yeah.
Let's go into what people were saying about Justin Herbert. Should he have played? Should he not have played? I speak from experience. I probably cracked my ribs or my cartilage at least, no lie, at least 15 times. Needle this long, you lay on your side, and you take a shot. You don't feel anything. He'll feel something today, but during the game, probably start of the fourth quarter, injection starts to wear off.
It ain't even about the shot. It's about the movements, the running. I remember I played with Terrence Newman. He had some rib cartilage injury, and he couldn't even turn certain ways. It was really painful.
Never happened to you?
Never. Availability is better than ability. So if you're available, you know.
I don't mind. I didn't mind Herbert playing. Like,
I think
you take that shot, the pain is not going to be there until today or maybe late last night. Like, they lost the game.
I mean, I think that's what makes the greats great, you know, what they play through.
And I picked the Jags, too, by the way.
Man.
You want me to? I got it in my phone. I can show you.
I don't believe nothing
I'm
just like Dave. Dave come after the Chiefs game putting Colts plus 4.5 over under 51. That's how I know his ass ain't bad. He put over and under. He didn't pick nothing, the one that he picked. Come on, bro.
I mean, I was wrong on some of these, but look at the ones I picked. I'm in green.
Chiefs, you lost.
Yep.
Ravens, yeah. Bengals, yeah. Commanders, you was way off. You picked the Commanders? Let me see this shit.
I thought they would cover in the Jags.
Vegas dream.
But you see I picked the Jags, though.
Jags,
you see that?
What's the 41?
It's something, me and my homeboys, something we do.
Oh, what y'all got going on? Oh, let me see that. Let me see if you lost on that.
On what?
See the shit.
That's
'cause
for
you
the
got
Monday night
list
game.
under
It's
it.
the over-under for Monday night game.
Oh, it's under, right?
Yeah.
It's 39.
Yeah.
now.
So we done went
Bro, I think
all
you
the
been
way into
capping,
something
bro.
else.
You say you don't drink,
hey,
you don't use drugs. Now you gamble?
Dude, I never done a drug in my life, bro.
Now
never
you gamble?
done a drug.
Them shits all go hand in hand, bro. Drinking, drugs, and gambling are like
I've never
brothers
done a
and
drug.
sisters.
I've never smoked anything in my life, ever, ever, ever.
Okay.
This is what I want to get to before we bring DeAngelo on. Bruh, did you see Ken Dorsey?
Yeah, he was tripping.
But you want to get players unsportsmanlike penalty call, but he can get up there and act the ass in the press box.
Yeah, he's in his.
I don't mind that one
He's in the
bit.
confines of his own house.
Did you like that, or did you feel that was somewhat overboard? Coming from the OC, you lose the game, not a big deal.
I mean, I think he just lost control of his emotions. He got to deal with the way he made himself look like a toddler today.
That's all right. That's passion. That means it
fucking
matters.
passion.
I don't mind
That's
that.
a lack of composure.
Oh,
Passion.
the composure's over. The game's
So
over.
you think when your
what composure do you need when the game's over?
go do that, do you think she passionate?
Yes. Any of my kids do that, I'm gonna say, hey, just chill a little bit.
Your
yes.
son do that, you gonna tell him, sit your motherfucking ass.
No,
You
I'm
acting like a little.
No, I'm gonna go to him and I'm gonna say, what's wrong? He gonna explain it to him. I'm gonna say, just try to control. I don't mind that because that's how I am, so I don't mind it.
I do. When you're the leader of the ship and the captain doing that shit, I'm gonna jump off too. I'm fucking out of here.
The game was
He
over.
tripping.
The
I'm outta
boat
here.
was docked. The boat was docked. It's like, what else could happen?
Well, shit,
it
man,
was over.
I'm tired of talking to you, bro. Let's bring D Hall on. Let's bring somebody that thinks.
We're gonna bring in
more like I
Pro
think.
Bowler. He gonna say one of the best players ever to come out to 757 to DMV Air, Virginia. We gonna take a break because no lie, it's hot as hell in here, man. They gotta turn this AC on, bro. It's hot as hell.
They
Take
tried
a
to
break,
turn it
turn the
on. It
AC
was
on. It's just
grinding
too
people
loud.
up over there.
So AC gonna come on. We gonna be right back. Bruh, and they got on sweaters and shit and it's hot. We back, airing it out. We got, I believe at the time, and he'll correct me if I'm wrong, when the Pro Bowl really mattered, the fastest man, one of the fastest dudes to ever play, he was by far the fastest at the time. You won the fastest man, right?
I won one year.
Yeah, DeAngelo Hall, Virginia Tech. And I've had this discussion with Plexico.
Okay.
Before we even get going, I'm going to ask you this. Your area has produced nothing but athletes.
Some dudes.
Best athletes out your area all time.
Listen, last year when we was doing the podcast, I learned a new name. The quarterback. He's from Virginia.
Who? Ronald Curry?
Ronald Curry.
Oh, you didn't know?
I didn't know
man,
who that was.
what?
I thought that was the dude I was hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Hey, don't. Hey, check it. Hey, check it. Ron C's a legend, but like there was no Mike Vick because of Ronald Curry.
That's what Vic told me.
Like Ronald Curry was the dude.
Yeah, he quarterback coach with the
as dope
Saints,
as
right?
Mike. Yeah, as dope as Mike was and became. Oh, Ron C was like a god, bruh. Like I remember being in middle school, elementary school, watching him play my high school when he was like a freshman for the Crabbers. And you know, the Hampton Crabbers were kind of like y'all Long Beach Poly. Like they were like the squad. Like they recruited dudes. Like if you was the guy, you went there. I mean, they had countless ballers. Marcus Hagans, who ended up playing quarterback at UVA, receiving the league for a little bit. He was a Crabber. Tyrod. You know, they had some dudes, man. I almost transferred there one year. Just because we always lost.
Well, you gotta leave somebody out. Give me 6. You're gonna have to leave somebody out.
Ron C, let me see. So I gotta put Ron C on that list. I probably gotta put Mike on that list.
But was Marcus a better athlete than Mike though?
Nah, I think Marcus was faster. Well, I wouldn't say faster. Marcus was probably a better athlete from a standpoint of
multiple sports.
Can do different shit. Yeah. Super athletic. Like he played receiver like my first year, his first year at Tech. Because we had a dude, Brian Randall, at quarterback.
Yeah, me wanted to go to Tech.
Yeah, you know, so Mike was probably better Marcus was probably a better athlete, but Mike was faster. But let me, you know, I'll say Ron C, Mike. I'm gonna probably have to put Bruce Smith just because of all he's accomplished, just being a freaking athlete, you know, in the 80s, being the #1 pick from down that way. Percy Harvin, man, he a dude don't really get a lot of love because I think he was before his time.
You put him in
today's
he's
made for today's football.
Listen,
he's Debo.
He had the best
with 4.2 speed.
He's Debo.
He had the best body control. So it was like you could get him and you would be in his shoulder pads.
And he a good teammate, because if you do a teammate wrong, he gonna beat your ass for that teammate. They're like, what are you talking about? Y'all don't know, go look it up.
He is built for today football though.
Yeah, he's perfect.
Yeah, and probably last I'm gonna put Sweet Pea Whitaker, because I was a huge boxing fan. You know, I went to college with his nephew Ryan Whitaker, and so I was like amazed that was Sweet Pea. You know, he brought big time fights to the crib. Before that, we were just a little speck on the map. You know, down there in the 757, but yeah, so that's probably my Mount Rushmore. I don't even put myself on it, man, because you know
everybody else will put you on that.
Dude,
I would, bro.
So Iverson, he get left off.
God damn,
but you can't put everybody on there.
I mean, you gotta put. You gotta put AI on that list, right? I mean, you got to, because he was before, Mike and Ron C.
Yes.
And so growing up, like I remember watching AI get down too. Like we thought he was a better football player than a basketball player.
Hey Plex, he's sorry you don't make the list. I told you you weren't making his list, bro.
I'm sorry, bro.
No,
Plex was a dude too, man.
How you don't put yourself on that list, bro? Like I think
because everybody else
I just respect the motherfuckers
me being
before
a young
me.
DB, bro,
You know what I
and
mean?
coming into the game and having similar like body styles, like it was just shit that you did that I couldn't, bro. Like just to watch somebody that
Who was faster?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's gonna be close, but he was more physical
Faster
than
between who? Me and him?
You better look.
Oh shit, man, that shit won't even close. Are you kidding me?
Look. Yeah, okay.
Are you kidding me?
Play with it then.
I never knew you as a speed guy.
I ran
you was a speed guy?
4.32 electronically.
I never knew that.
Yeah, he was fast.
I ran 4.32.
That's why I asked him.
Under control.
Yeah, he was fast.
I don't need to run. What I need.
That's
but and
really
then I got,
fast.
Yeah, he was fast.
4.32 electronically, faster than Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie.
The year you came out?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't
I came out of Boise, a kid that wasn't even at Boise. I didn't give up a touchdown pass, but my knock was, he playing against not like a competition. When I went to Dallas, the corners was T. New, Pac-Man Jones, Anthony Henry, and Mike Jenkins. I was a 5th dude, but somehow I found my way and outlasted all of them. And I just got pigeonholed into being a nickel. I don't know, not a speed guy.
I never knew you as a speed guy.
Just play under control.
I didn't.
I just play under control.
That's something
Learn
new I
something.
learned.
Look.
Now I did hear you giving TJ a little bit of slack. Now T was a dude now, like a dude.
We played against each other.
Okay.
I was a guy too.
And, I mean, do you remember guarding him though?
Yes.
Like you
2
was a
touchdowns,
guy.
he remember.
I'm just saying, bro.
Start the fight song up
Listen,
twice.
I didn't-
Like, he was a dude.
But listen, I'm gonna tell you something about y'all. You was an 8th pick, right?
Yeah.
Right. You
Late.
did all of this.
But you got to remember though, bro. Like you're saying, I was an 8th pick. Like I was always like.
You was a guy, bro. You
I
went to
wasn't
VTech.
supposed to be though.
I didn't even have a chance to be. I was 143rd pick.
But
every year they was trying to pick
I'm
somebody to
just saying.
fucking replace me.
I'm just saying.
I couldn't have no bad days. I
I'm
couldn't
just saying,
argue with
you
coaches.
acting like I was a 5-star dude that was
Listen,
just.
You had to
that was
grind
raised-
to get
Listen,
the.
Yeah,
I couldn't
man.
argue with coaches.
Yeah.
So,
like
going
during my
in-
whole combine process, bro, like I was probably like the 5th, 6th corner.
So going into the
process.
combine, and then when
In
you
the
ran, it was
process,
like,
coming
oh, we
out
got to go.
early,
Fifth,
all
sixth
that.
corner, I was drafted
I was like a
fifth round.
returner. You know what I mean? Like, well, I say that to say like, I worked my ass off.
I'm not taking that from you.
But I tell you that I don't put myself on that pedestal because like I never felt like I was a great corner. I felt like I was a fucking football player, bruh. Like I felt like anywhere you put me on the football field, like I found a way to make a play.
Man, I hear
And I
you.
played on some shitty teams with some shitty defenses that, check this, would play quarter, half, and instead of putting you on the quarter side with,
They'll put you on
with
the half
weak
side.
dude, well, no, with the weak dude, we rolling up to the goddamn to the jag, and I'm playing straight quarters on Steve Smith, on the dude, all day. And I'm watching dudes get the luxury of, all right, we're gonna double the best dude, and you take this. Like it wasn't none of that.
Hey, for
when
y'all
I
don't
played
know
ball.
what quarter,
Like,
half
it wasn't none of that when I
It's
played
cover
ball. It was
4 over
fighting
here,
for
it's
my
cover
man.
2
It was
over
go
here. We
cover
call that
Dez.
cover 6.
I mean,
And
I was doing the
period.
same.
It
I
was-
was fighting for my fucking. You talking about fighting for
I'm
some?
saying-
You talking about
I'm
fighting
saying
for some
fighting,
safety,
bro.
I was fighting for my fucking life.
I'm saying no,
Especially
TJ,
when you guard me.
TJ, it was not
Yeah.
getting no help
Yeah.
and following the dude all day. It
I
was,
know,
it was not getting no help
we
and
played
following
against
the dude
each other.
all day, bro.
Bro,
And
I didn't get
so,
those. I
enough.
played for Wade Phillips.
it was a different lifestyle,
I played
man.
for Wade Phillips. He only knows one
I
coverage.
feel like it was a different lifestyle for me back in the
So
day.
you get drafted to Atlanta, you go to Oakland, you play Washington. And I specifically say Oakland because I thought when they're the Raiders now, Las Vegas Raiders, I thought they would be a better team than what they are now.
Wait, hold on. Let me ask you
0-3.
Take yourself back to the Raiders and how you felt when you played and how bad the defense was when Rob Ryan was your defensive coordinator, and then you could live in my fucking life. Yeah, there you go. Live in my life now.
Man,
Live in my life now.
I mean, Oakland.
You
was
ain't on
a-
NFL Network, so was
Oakland-
Rob Ryan that bad? Because he making it
Live
like he
in
was
my life.
ass.
I mean, Rob was bad from a standpoint of, I mean, the defense just wasn't sound.
A million
And
checks.
so, like me coming from where I came from in Atlanta,
You was with Jim Moore, right?
yeah, I was with Jim Moore, but one of my DB coaches was a guy, Emmett Thomas, Hall of Fame
Yes, I know,
corner.
yeah.
E.T., you had Maxie.
E.T., yeah,
I played with
Brett
Maxie.
Maxie. Really sharp dudes who played the game, and every little, no stone was left unturned. So here I go to Oakland, and I'm watching Nam just kind of inside-out technique. He ain't really doing nothing. He just hoping they don't throw the ball that way, right? And the fear factor is keeping the pressure off his neck. And so, we're playing coverages, and I'm asking hella questions because that's just me. I need to know the why, right? I gotta know the why in coverage because that just helps me process it and understand. And so, I could tell the first day, man, me asking questions, nobody had answers, and it was just kind of like, well, he got to find him. And I'm like, well, dog, if we do this dude's open. What if they get the ball there? Well, we just got to.
We sat at a meeting
all
before.
right, bro, if that's.
So you saying
We
Rob
was about
Ryan
to play
is
the
an
Jets.
ass coach?
No, he wasn't an ass coach. His scheme was just very complex, and it was built off of confusing the quarterback and hitting the quarterback.
Yeah,
that was
just
his
trying to
answer
get
for
pressure,
everything.
trying to send
But did it
numbers.
confuse you guys? Because y'all played in
Listen,
it.
one time we played the Jets, bro, and we got down to it, and we was like, all right, we got it to as sound as possible. They had Connor as the fullback for the Jets. Remember the dude that was, and he was like, well, who got the fullback? He looked, he said, fuck it, he'll drop it.
Yeah,
Just
he's wide
like
open.
that.
Hey.
He said, what?
Hey, he's the last guy in the progression the quarterback has to find him.
He ain't gonna
and
get
I
to
mean,
him.
to a certain extent, though, TJ, you can do that sometimes, right? I can send more and not have enough in coverage because I'm banking that the back's gonna stay in, or I'm
bro,
banking.
TJ,
this is
I'm
a key,
banking
though.
something, but you can't do it all
Because
the
I
time.
Worse shit
played-
than that. I got better stories.
I played
You can't
against
live
Rex
in that
Ryan.
world.
It's not Rex and Robert
No,
different,
no,
though.
listen. when he was in Baltimore, obviously, and I'm in Cincy, we didn't throw the ball to our tight end. We would watch the film. Tight end running down the field wide open. We didn't throw the ball to him. It was going to Chad and myself and Chris Henry. So they do that because the ball ain't going to the fullback.
Listen, we had zero coverages, and you will be my witness, where they had called crook technique. It was the back. It was a zero coverage, but the free safety had the back. He said, stand in the middle of the field like a statue, and it's going to confuse the quarterback, and stand there like this for a second. You got the back. And he was like, he going to be looking at you. Am I lying?
He didn't tell me
he
that.
Told us about the crook technique.
Hey, man,
he said, stand there in the middle of the field, and he said, you got the back. And he said, it's going to be so much coming. Like, we all about confusing the quarterback, make him play left-handed. Also, we would be stopping teams and have a whole different game plan in the second half.
Do the Raiders of today, have they surprised you with their 0-3 start?
Stinky organization.
Yeah, for sure they've surprised me because, coming out of all of that mess they had to deal with last year, right? I thought this was a team that, man.
I'm with you.
They let the leadership
I like Josh McDaniels. They left. They left Versace go, who I thought was a big part of the reason, but they still got Derek Carr, who I thought did a phenomenal job,
underrated
in that leadership role.
Josh McDaniels is ass,
and so,
bro. Like,
Josh McDaniels, I feel like he's a smart enough offensive guy that the defense wasn't going to be the problem. They're going to let the defense handle their own thing, and the offense going to do their thing. When I look at what he does offensively, what he's been able to do in New England, man, like they have a system and that shit works.
Well, who's been able to do? Tom
New England, yes,
Tom
McDaniels.
All right, let me tell you this.
It ain't all time.
It's not
man.
though, but you so smart of an offensive coach that you get full control, you get your team, you keep 5 running backs, 1 fullback, 6 backs, and you throw the fucking football 71% of the time. You don't even give yourselves a fucking chance to win. You don't even have enough people. It's not even enough healthy bodies, it just don't make sense. And I feel like
you come up with that stat,
bro, that's a real stat. I really
He's breaking down the roster. I'm like, I don't know how many backs they got.
They got, but
if they are doing that, that's not smart.
I take my job serious, and I want to deliver
trying to figure it out, though. That's still a
information.
young offense, right? That's still a young offense from a standpoint of trying to gel together. That's why, I'm not worried about what they got going on right now.
Because they're going to be 0-4 next week, and then they're going to be 0-5. I text TJ, I said, listen, the beauty of today is by 1 o'clock, the Raiders will be 0-3.
Dude, I'm shocked. I thought the Raiders would be better to start this.
I thought they would too. I thought they would too. But, you see they trying to find that right formula, right? You go week 1, you feed nobody but Devontae, and nobody else eat. The next week, you feed everybody but Devontae. And it's like, man, he got 2 targets. And so it's trying to find that balance, man.
This a man that got 3 Super Bowls, and he's still looking for identity?
Well, no, I'm talking about Devontae
offensively
Adams
with the Raiders.
And Carr,
Waller,
and just that offense and Renthrow and Waller and that run game.
I ain't a fan of.
That's a hell of a division, man. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be some tough sledding. There's a lot of teams though.
I
thought the Colts would be more turnkey, ready to ride. Did you not?
I did.
And yeah, they beat the Chiefs, but do we still believe in them?
He tell me every week. He said, "Why do you think the Colts is gonna be good?" Only people that think the Colts gonna be good.
Darnell.
I thought the Colts was gonna be good because the Colts got an offensive line, what we thought was a good offensive line because
run game.
They haven't been able to protect. They got the best running back in the league. They got a damn good defense. They got pass rushers. They got playmakers.
They centerpiece on defense though.
Yeah, and they still went out there and beat who we all think is one of the better teams in the league, in the Chiefs. And so, they're gonna be a good team.
Would the Raiders be? We're only 3 weeks into the season. The most disappointing thus far?
I'm a call.
I think so, just because they was a playoff team last year and they
I'm gonna start a group chat with y'all.
Who's your surprise team?
The Commanders. Oh, they was getting after the quarterback. They was playing good defense.
Man, if you don't get out of here,
bro, Del Rio had them playing good.
Yeah, you better stop.
Did you just see the game they played yesterday?
When I say disappointing, last year when I looked at them and Del Rio, he had them playing, right? They had Heineke, whatever his name was. They was in the playoffs a year and a half ago. I wouldn't look at them and see.
Yeah,
in the third quarter they got 1 yard of offense.
They magically
1 yard.
They magically got some things going that year. They made the playoffs, but this was a team that was always to me was going to be struggling. They just
you don't realize at least.
They the Raiders to me, bro.
Because we all have been in the media. We all have been in the media.
Would you say so?
No, you said they the East Coast Raiders?
No, they the East Coast Raiders.
I don't know if I go that far.
Listen.
They got some things going on up
They're
top
so
that they got to figure
dysfunctional
out.
in playing football.
That is even hard to speak on until you figure out what the hell is really going on.
You played there.
You and I
you
was in
played
that
there.
Everybody's trying to
You
figure
played
out
there.
what the hell is going
You
on.
played there. And when we were playing, you hear people, the media, oh man, it's dysfunctional. You didn't think it was dysfunctional when you were playing?
No, I did.
I mean,
Like, I didn't think the Bengals were dysfunctional.
I didn't think it was dysfunctional from a standpoint. I don't think nobody knew everything that was really going on. But I didn't think it was dysfunctional because, they always complained about, Daniel Snyder
They
always
point the finger
being
at somebody
around.
else.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Or Bruce Allen or this or that. And so I always felt like, man, at the end of the day, we all trying to win. I never really saw the interference as a hindrance, right? Because I always felt like at the end of the day, give me the most minds in the room.
But now that
and
you're
let's
outside
figure
of it,
out.
you really
But on
see.
the outside, oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You feel like anytime that you're not able to just focus on football, man, that's just a distraction. Whether we say it's not,
If they're not connected from the top down,
no doubt.
It's gonna be a problem.
Everybody has to
And
be
so
on
I
the
don't
same
even know
think
how-
they got a different level type of dysfunction. I went to Washington signed there as a free agent. Bro, from the time I got there, I was fucking miserable.
And who was you had Ray Horton, right?
No, I had Torian Gray.
Torian Gray.
I
All
was
right, so that was the
fucking
year.
miserable,
Okay.
TJ, from the time I went there. It was gonna be 2 years, I was gonna make $10 million. They gave me $1.5 million to sign. Bro, I swear to God, every day when we was in
So
training camp,
what made it, was training camp in Richmond?
was
or-
Richmond. I swear to God,
so
it
what
was
made
just,
everything so miserable?
bro, it was just a different type of culture, bro. It was a different type of practice. I started to fall into them shitty
I mean,
practices.
you
the
played
head
so
coach?
long with the Cowboys.
Jay.
Jay?
Bro, Jay used to look at
Jay Gruden.
Jay used to be like, man, what's the schedule today? Is it gonna rain? Is it gonna be some lightning? I could use an off day. Like, and I started to fall into like that style. Like, and that's on me too. But I just don't even think that they expected to win.
See, I didn't get that feeling when I was there, bro, because you
But-
paint a picture like,
I'm talking about where I came from in Dallas.
well, and I'm saying, you paint a picture in Washington, and that was probably a year after me, because I had Jay too, bro. And I'm thinking, if you said 2018,
19.
19. So I think
No,
17,
18. It was the year after you
17
left.
was my last year.
Yeah. It was after Josh and DJ, bro. Y'all had the fight. Like, come on, bro. You would never have no shit like that. And that,
I mean-
and that energy was still there when I came. So it was people.
Were they still on the team?
Yes. So it was people in the meeting room that didn't even speak to each
I
other.
mean, to me, though, they had squashed that beef from a standpoint of, to me, you ain't got to like people that you play with. You got to respect them. And so, like, I love DJ, I love Josh, but at the end of the day, the staff didn't treat the player, and that's what rubbed me the wrong way. And I would tell
Can
them,
y'all
like,
tell people who DJ and Josh?
Josh Norman and DJ Swearinger, and I like them both. You know, I like.
and they great dudes.
Both in the
and look,
secondary.
And look, some background. And I ain't come
We don't
to
even gotta
air
go
to
on it, though.
everybody business out, but these cats grew up together. Like, they from the same hood, went to the same high school. So in my eyes, what they share is what they share.
Yeah.
And I made that shit known. I'm like, hey, look, whatever shit they got going, if they can put that aside, we damn sure can put that aside as a unit, because they ain't got nothing to do with us. These cats know each other, they knew each other since, like I said, little kids. So that's for them to figure out. But like I was saying, like, you paint a picture, like the picture you paint, bruh, ain't no way I'd have fucking been there 10 years if that
But I
was the
don't think that-
mindset. Because that was never,
I don't think
like,
that-
dudes like London Fletcher, myself, we ain't painting
wouldn't
that picture.
tolerate that.
But
Nah,
y'all weren't there when
And
you
so,
was there, though.
You're right, but
It
it
was
was
totally
just a
different team.
year. But it was just a year removed, and so
I can only tell you what I was when I was there.
I feel you, and I hate that you experienced that, because, like, to me, I didn't experience that. Like, I experienced everybody fighting, trying to get it, but for some reason, man, we just felt like it was always some bullshit or something stacked against us that always came back to rear its ugly head. You know what I mean? Whether it was penalties, whether it was injuries, whether it was, you know what I mean? Just, all right, RG and this offense, and then the next offseason, he don't want to run this and this. Cut. Like, it was always something I felt like, you know what I mean? That just didn't allow us to
How many years did you play with Josh
succeed.
Norman?
I don't even know.
Was he-
2 or 3.
was
I was
he-
part of, I mean,
Was he that type of player?
Bro, I'm not even talking
That
about a
type of
player. This
player
don't
like
have nothing
what?
to do.
Like a
Like
dude?
a good corner, like a dude.
he wasn't a dude.
Okay.
He wasn't a dude. He had a dude
Mentality.
mindset and mentality, and I can respect that. I can respect the grind, but athletically and just mentally and understanding the game, nah, he wasn't all there. And, you know, I would go to them as a leader and say, hey, look, guys, like, first of all, if we want Josh to make plays, that's cool, but we got to put him in position to make plays. Like, we can't say, go play man.
He can't
that
do
ain't
that.
what he do. He just ain't got the movement. Like, he just can't get in and out of his breaks. And so when you ask a guy to do something that they can't do, of course they're going to fail. Josh was a quarters corner that played some trap, had hella pass rush, and reactive, instinctive, great ball skills, tough, physical. But he ain't fitting to go play man-to-man and beat you out your break. That just ain't going to happen. He's not going to study film. He's not going to be locked in and be the smartest one in the room. That's just not what he is. And so you got to know what you're up against. And I just feel like as a whole, they coddled him, and that bred dissension amongst the ranks.
So
right?
let me repaint my picture.
Bred dissension
Always.
because everybody just want to be treated equally, dog. Another cat give up a pass,
Yeah.
he getting talked to, he getting screamed on. Josh give up a pass, dudes ain't saying shit. And so it came to the point that it boiled over to the point like, hey, bruh, y'all got to start saying something to this dude, because if y'all don't say nothing to him, bruh, like we was doing walkthroughs just so he can get on the same page as everybody else, and this dude wasn't showing up to the walkthroughs.
But listen, let me repaint my picture, because you painting it right now.
Well, no,
I'm not saying when you was there, it was totally different.
Well, I'm just saying from a standpoint of, but that happens everywhere though, bro.
But when I was in
you ain't
Dallas,
telling me,
we
man, you ain't telling me in Dallas Jerry wasn't treating up.
Bro, everybody
Jerry
thinks
wasn't
that
treating
Jerry
the
comes,
stars better than everybody else,
y'all
man.
all think,
are you kidding me?
Y'all think that Jerry comes,
Bro, we see it.
Jerry don't come to one practice.
It ain't even about the
Jerry
practice.
treats everybody the same to this day.
Okay.
Like, I mean, and I think that it was just different. I had a same head coach for 10 years.
So Tony Romo getting the same treatment everybody else getting on your roster?
I mean, shit, we just stay in
Bro,
our lane.
that ain't how life works,
I don't think that it was that way, but we ain't having
it
no
ain't.
walk.
TJ, did you and Chad?
I mean,
I got preferential treatment. You damn right.
We ain't having no
Just from
walkthroughs.
everybody was supposed to.
From
We
the
do.
outside looking in, it looks like Jerry Jones favors the best players, which everybody does.
Bro, they never went back to Tony Romo after that.
Because Dak played well.
I'm just telling you, they never went back to him.
Because
he played well.
He gave T.O. $12 million and he cut him two months later. Like, it's not what y'all think it is. Like, everybody gets treated like they would always say, Rich would always say.
So tell me why can't Dallas win?
I don't think that
Dallas has had a
can,
whole lot of talent in the last
but they always
10,
have
12
some
years.
crazy injuries. I could name you every year we've had like.
You're really a cowboy, bro.
Bro, we've had
You're
bad.
making an excuse for him, right?
He's
You're really a
cowboy.
cowboy, bro. You're really a cowboy.
The Cowboys have won more than the Bengals. The Cowboys have won more than the
Probably
Redskins.
so, for sure.
With all that being said, damn.
It's fucking hard to win in the NFL.
It is.
It's hard
It's
to
very
win
hard.
in the NFL.
Very,
like,
very
we
hard.
have ran up against some circumstances. Aaron Rodgers is fucking good.
Did
He's
you?
good.
Hey,
It was some teams that was better than us.
So you really a cowboy?
Talking about when I was there, like being in Washington, I think that if we would have had and you would have been in Dallas, like, and you would have seen it from my perspective, it just was a little bit different. Like, we got to enjoy it a little more. I feel in Washington, it just was so different for me.
Yeah.
You know, it was.
And
it wasn't wrong.
And I'm
It
not
was
saying
so
Washington
different.
is the best place I've ever been, because from a standpoint of just, like, I can remember being a young player going to Atlanta and having so many old heads and just dudes, and it felt like a family. And, you know, we played at the NFC Championship game my rookie year, and it's dudes on that defense name nobody would know. But them dudes played hard.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, them dudes played hard. They played for each other. It wasn't about who made the play, but I just feel like as a society, man, like, it's a social media generation, so everybody cares about how they're perceived, not the betterment of the team.
Yeah.
And just as we continue to come up in sports, that's what I preaching to my kids, man, at this point. Like I told you, I got some studs, but I also want them to not be me from a standpoint of the way I played the game, almost selfishly. Like, I want them to be that team guy, because I see dudes like Steph, and I see kind of these humble superstars, as opposed to these arrogant asshole superstars that I kind of was at times in my career.
Man, that's so hard.
But you're young and you don't know no better.
Like,
I
you
ain't
just
had no
tell,
pops
but what you
around me
telling us
to
how
paint
you
that
had
picture.
to get it.
Yeah, you had to get it out the
Steph
mud.
is a
And so-
rarity, and he could be a rarity because his dad
No doubt. And
had to grind to get it. So now that
legacy.
Steph saw his dad
Legacy
had to
is
grind,
different.
he appreciated.
Absolutely.
You had to grind to get it, so that attitude.
And we all did, right?
Yeah.
And that's why our kids gonna come up different.
But that's why you acted the
But
way
that's the
you
hunger.
acted
I
was
know,
because
I
the
know.
way
And I think
and
it's
you
just
want your son
It's
to be
feast of
somewhat
family.
like you, but
Yeah.
not all
You
the
gotta
way
have
like
a little
you.
bit of that.
Yeah.
It's
It
a
was a
fine
different
line.
world, though, bro. Like, we didn't pull
It's a fine
from
line.
social media. Like, if you look at it at every aspect of
you're
life,
right.
in today's day, you get to drive to the NFL, you get this Instagram, you basically got everybody's phone number. I'm just talking to somebody like if you got Instagram, you got
For
everybody's
sure.
phone number.
You got access.
Like, back in the day, you had to grind. You had to really be out there. You had to do it. But I don't know if we would have made it in today's society because the way we was living outside off the field.
It was tough.
I don't know if we would have made it. Some of the shit you've been dealing, like the last time you've been locked up.
I tell people that too,
different.
bro. Like, man.
When the last time you been locked up
Could have
again?
changed my life in college, man. I remember getting into a brawl right before the draft. Push the dude down the stairs, man. You could have never been a D-Hall, man. I could have been another.
Shit.
Because somebody would have had that on
Had that been
camera.
today,
Oh,
somebody would have had it
man.
on camera.
Yeah, just one mistake, man.
Let's talk.
Just tell me when the last time you been locked up.
Let's talk. Let's talk.
No, seriously, when the last time you been
What do
locked
you
up?
mean? I don't go to jail.
No, not jail. I'm talking about like, when the last time you been locked up, like on the field, anything.
Never.
You never been locked up? What about that time you went to Long Beach, little city jail?
Never. It's Long Beach County jail. That's a long time ago.
Long Beach ain't even a fucking county. That's how I know you lying.
Yeah,
It took me like 2 weeks. Long Beach is not a county.
I was in a county jail. Yeah, I was.
Long Beach?
I was in Long Beach County jail. Look it up. That's a fact.
That don't county jail.
That's
Long
a
Beach.
fact. Yes, I was.
Man, you lying,
now,
man.
let's talk today's football. I thought going into the season that this team would be pretty good because I thought this quarterback could play. He just didn't have the weapons. I'm talking Tua and the Miami Dolphins.
Okay.
What's your take on them? Do you believe it's McDaniels, it's Tyreek Hill, it's a combination of everything?
I think it's a combination of everything. It's it's funny because I interviewed to actually be one of the Dolphins DB coaches this offseason. Me and Mike known each other
You
a
was trying
long
to fucking
time.
skip town on NFL Network.
And
This guy here.
me and Mike's we known each other a long time, and so when his name got in the running, we started talking a little bit. It was just doing Super Bowl. I remember walking the streets of downtown LA, talking about, man, if you get this job, bro, I'm gonna come down there, whoop de whoop de whoop. And it's something about just the realness, man, that he kicks it. You know what I mean? Like, he's just a dude, man. Like, he a dude who probably really ain't supposed to be where he at. You know what I mean? Just
wanna play for him.
In all honesty, yeah. And so, Kes respect that, man. Like, he a little scrawny, little white dude, Yale educated. You know what I mean? Like, he
But
just,
listen, you call him a white dude.
He's
They were trying to sell to us.
unassuming.
They were trying to sell
I know,
us that he was black.
and I've seen pictures, man.
They
Like I
almost
said,
fucking
I've
had
seen
me.
pictures that his dad is, I guess, African American. I've never met his dad in person. I've seen the pictures. His dad, his mom. He
That
ain't black
doesn't
to me.
matter, though.
It
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
But that don't matter.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at
I
all.
don't think
When I
it
say
does.
it's realness,
Oh,
though.
just trying to talk about it, trying to sell
They
him
trying
to
to sell
us
it to us,
as,
yeah,
as
as a minority coach.
minority
Like,
candidate.
you
So
lost that bad last week that you trying to use any little.
What
bit.
you mean?
Go ahead,
I ain't
man.
saying
Go
he's.
ahead, man. Go ahead,
I
bro.
guess I should probably say a minority candidate, but I mean, it's just everything down there in Miami, man. I always thought Tua could play. I just thought he needed stuff around him, man.
Like everybody else
to
does.
me, everybody, that's how the game works, man. Like, you got to put, like I said about Josh, you got to put dudes in position to be successful.
Yeah.
And once they get a taste of that, man, that's just like a drug. Success is like a drug. Once you taste it
Some shit you don't
and
know
you see
nothing
it, it's
about.
like, oh,
I
man.
know
And then you
something
get
about
the
success, though.
confidence, and then
About
it's like,
drugs.
man, bruh, what you want me to do? Cool, I'll run through a brick wall for you. Because I believe you believe in me. And you put me
Yeah.
in position to not do things that I struggle with.
And this is
And Tua's
specifically
doing things
Tua,
that-
the relationship
that
he
he
has
can
with
excel
McDaniel
at.
that he didn't have with Brian Flores. I believe Tua had 3 offensive coordinators.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell Flores didn't really want him.
Yeah, and he wasn't an offensive guy, you know what I mean? And so he probably didn't know
Can they sustain
all the
this?
little things it took.
You think they can?
I mean, I think it's early. I think that Buffalo game, Buffalo should have won that game, let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Ravens should have won that game, but Miami's finding a way to win. Yeah. And late in the season, that shit gonna mean something. Being in close battles and knowing, man, this dude got my back. He gonna ride for us. Or he's made that throw. Yeah. Or we was down 21, man, against Lamar Jackson. He gonna probably be the MVP. We was down 21 and we won.
Yeah.
So shit, ain't no obstacle gonna feel too much for these dudes at the end of the season. And so I don't believe in them yet. Same with Jalen Hurts yet. But damn, man, they look good. I can't wait to keep watching them.
This dude, he what I call a prisoner at the moment.
He want to crown everybody right
Man,
now.
boy,
I
if
gotta
I look
see a
through
little
my
bit
text
more,
messages-
man. I gotta
Dude,
see a little bit more.
this-
He crowned
I
you.
gotta
Hey,
see sustained
I'm a prisoner of the
excellence,
moment, right?
TJ. Sustained
I'm a
excellence.
prisoner of the moment. But the last 2 seasons, I picked a Super Bowl winner before the season started. So how am I a prisoner of the
All
moment?
right, so you picked the Rams, and the year before that you
I
picked
picked the
Tampa?
Bucks. So
And this
how
year-
am I a
and this
prisoner?
year you
it's,
pick who?
and it
Philly?
ain't just. I got the Bills winning it, but I got the Bills
Oh,
and
Bills
Philly
and-
going. And
and
I don't
Philly.
even, I'm mad that I picked the Bills because everybody picking them. I would change that pick now, but I got to ride with
Who
it.
would you change it to?
this motherfucker.
Because who? Because the
He got
AFC
me
gonna probably
yawning.
win it, right? AFC
I
is the
would
better
assume,
teams.
But with Micah Hyde getting hurt,
yeah.
it just injury. Tre'Davious White has not played, and their defense has
that
still
defense,
been.
Yeah.
I just don't like that everybody
All right,
is
but
on the
you-
Bills.
this is why I tell you you're a
prisoner of the moment. I done picked the last
Because-
two Super Bowl winners
because-
before the season, and it's on tape. It ain't like I just made it up.
Bro, but he only want to give teams time on that him. He like, oh, you got to give. Well, you see what the Eagles is doing? They 3-0. But then we look at the sorry-ass Raiders, and it's like, give them time.
Yeah.
Like how?
Because it's a new head coach. Your best player on offense is new. The Eagles.
The football old.
They have
the field still 100
A.J.
yards.
Brown. Other than that, it's the same offense, same quarterback.
yeah.
Everything is the same.
Listen, bro.
And so
Listen.
the Raiders do need time because everything
I
is
just ain't
new.
writing them off yet.
Listen quick.
That's
Listen,
it.
and you listen clearly, bro. The field's still 100 yards. Still 53.5 yards. What? Derek Carr is still going to be the epitome of average.
No, he's not average. And that's where
He's
people
better
go
than
wrong.
average,
He's
man.
better
He's
than
a top
average.
15 quarterback in the NFL, right?
He's top 12.
Probably
9,
12.
10, 11, 12. He's in that area. He's
Right.
not top 15. He's above that.
I mean, hell, would you have put Matthew Stafford top 10?
They know how I
15
feel
before
about
last
that.
year?
Listen, he knows how I feel about
He
basketball.
was dogging Stafford last year, and then when he started, you right.
I didn't say no, you right, bro. They made the Super Bowl with fucking golf. McVay, a hell of a
They
coach.
lost it, though.
That's fine.
And
McVay,
then
he's a
we
step
was,
above.
we was also
I'm
having
saying Derek Carr
the
confused
argument.
okay with worth
I
of shit.
was saying
All right.
Aaron Donald is that dude. He was saying he
I was
wasn't.
wrong, bro. He is a guy.
Oh, nah, he's a different
But
dude.
don't confuse okay with worth of shit, all right?
This
Matthew
guy
Stafford is
here.
okay.
Matthew
Listen,
Stafford gonna be a Hall of Famer, man.
Yeah.
Mike McDaniels.
Maybe.
What, do
May or
you,
may not be.
how do you see the rest of the season going? I believe the Dolphins the real deal because I believe in Tua. And what he did at Alabama,
trying
that's
to-
not a mistake.
I'm trying to think how they schedule even breaks down. I mean, they're in a tough division. When you think about New England and the way that they just always seem to just be prepared.
Man, they own New
And
England.
then Buffalo again, they got to go to Buffalo. I think that's going to be a dogfight. To me, the AFC is just so loaded.
Who else is in their division?
But I like,
last team?
and the
Jets.
Jets. I mean,
Oh,
we
yeah,
ain't
so
giving the
they-
Jets no love. But, I mean, you got to think the Patriots always come to play.
And if Mac,
then you gotta
if
think
Mac Jones
Buffalo,
is out
so-
for an extended period,
Yeah.
they're probably going to be out of
Yeah,
it.
they're going to fall by the wayside. I mean, to me, it just depends what else kind of transpires, right? Can the Raiders figure it out? Tennessee, look awful, and then, man, they running the football, so then they look like they old selves, right? The Colts, who I thought was turnkey, put Matt Ryan in, man, they better, than they were with Carson Wentz. That ain't materialized. Like, what do they become? And so it's so many factors that I don't know how things going to play out. But as of right now, I mean, I think the Dolphins, they're going to have a say.
I
At
think
the
they're
end of
gonna
the
be
day,
good.
they're going to have a say just because when you got speed, man, that's one thing. Like,
Can't teach it.
even dudes that can run, speed's still the most scariest thing, man, because you got one mistake that you can make and
Speed
your ass will be
With
embarrassed.
the ability to stop.
Oh, for sure.
If
Start,
you just
stop.
have speed, that speed
Well,
don't matter worth
well,
a shit.
That speed will still take the top off on somebody who can't run. But you're right. If you can stop, start and
If you
stop,
can stop and
Tyreek-
start,
but
and get in and out
you
your
special.
breaks.
Tyreek can't really stop, bro.
Shit.
Oh, nah, he can stop.
Shit.
Are you kidding me?
Boy,
Oh,
this-
boy, what are you watching, man? You don't think that
Man,
man-
he
Play-
like
play
he
with him
watching
for
a
a
game
year.
like
Hey,
this.
bro,
Play
that
with him for
man's
a year.
start-stop is elite.
No, his start.
And his stop.
But
Hey, bruh.
his start is
No,
so
man.
fast. I practice against this man every day.
Man, I
Well,
watched
you
this
must have
dude.
practiced against him before he became an all-pro
He
receiver.
had 1,800
When he
yards
was
when
an
I was there.
all-pro
He was
returner.
14-0 at one
I
point.
don't know. I just know he
It
was an
Patrick
all-pro
Mahomes'
returner
It was
first.
Patrick Mahomes' first year.
I don't know. I mean, Tyreek really ain't stopped being a dude to the last about two, three
Bro, I
years.
just got out the fucking league.
Listen,
When?
man.
About 3-4
Listen,
years
the
ago.
dude can always stop.
And it's 20. It's
The dude
22,
can
bro.
hold-
listen,
I think
but-
you forget it's 22. It's
I know,
22
but listen.
now.
The year that was my last year was the year that
Was
we played
Patrick
against-
Mahomes?
Dude,
Was
you
that his
just said
first?
Tyreek
was
Hill
that
can't
Patrick
stop.
Oh, he
Mahomes'
can
first
stop,
year?
but when I think about stopping, I think about stopping like guys like Jerry Jeudy, Amari Cooper. Like when I think about
Like
stopping,
me?
like those kind of, like Chad,
Me?
like Tyreek
Bro,
is so
Tyreek-
fast, bro,
Tyreek
that he
can
turns
stop.
you, he opens you up so quick.
But if he
I'ma
couldn't
have to
stop, you would
disagree with
recover.
bro. Tyreek
When you
stops,
look
bro.
at like route runners and things, and you say like guys like Chad Johnson, you think about guys like.
Now, Tyreek might not be a
Amar-
great
that's
route
all I'm
runner,
saying. That's
but
all
he
I'm saying.
starts
No,
and
he
stops.
can't
But Chad didn't
better
have the
than
acceleration
anybody.
and the
But that's what
speed
I'm
of
saying.
Tyreek either.
His speed is so fast that he don't even really, he can take his time to stop because I'm already turning and running.
Bruh, you should see it, man. I don't
I
know if you
seen
really-
it.
I don't know. We're going to have to watch some
Listen.
film together.
Okay, we
'Cause
can.
that
Monday Night
man
Football
starting to
tonight.
Stop it, man.
The Giants.
Woo, he's starting and stopping, oh.
Hey, Monday Night Football
Don't
tonight.
do this
The
to me.
Giants
Don't
and
do
his
this to me.
Cowboys.
Don't do this to me. Stop touching
The
me.
Cowboys, obviously, I didn't think they were going to win with Dak.
Yeah,
now
with
without
Cooper
Dak,
Rush,
the
yeah.
Giants are surprising. What's your take on tonight's game?
I'm going Wink Martindale.
I mean, I probably wouldn't have took Dallas with Dak just because I just thought they had so many hurdles to try to climb. You talk about that offensive line. You talk about the limited weapons. I don't think they are a very good run football team. And you take Dak out and then you give me Cooper Rush, I'm probably going to say the Giants. And it's just because the Giants play a really good defense. Yeah. If Daniel Jones doesn't make a whole lot of mistakes, it ain't about throwing it all over the yard. It's
Can
just
they
about
block Micah
controlling it.
Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence?
No.
That's gonna be the test now. It's gonna be Micah Parsons, Saquon. Who can win that battle? Which superstar shows up? Because that's what it's about. Like if the Giants offensively can do something, can get the ball in Saquon's hands, if he can look like he's looked, if Micah Parsons can look like he's looked, which superstar gonna shine, man? It's Monday night. It's prime time, dog. We used to get up for these games. That's what they tell
Look
you.
forward
You show
to it.
up
You
on
wake up,
primetime
you're like, all right,
games,
when the first
They'll
bus
learn
going,
your
bro,
name.
you
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 don't
ready.
have that many fucking primetime games.
They'll
The
learn your
Bengals.
name.
Relax.
Bro, you's a hater, bro.
back.
You know what's so funny about this guy?
back.
Hey, you know what's so funny about this guy?
Down.
Hey, so you said you covered him, huh?
Yeah. Hold up.
How did that-
he
how did
said
that-
I
how
had
did
a
that
bad
play
game.
out?
I had 5 catches, 80 yards, 2
Bro,
touchdowns.
you didn't have 80 yards.
He
The
said
yardage
that's a
is
bad
going up.
game.
The
He
yardage
said
is-
that's a bad game.
Here we go. I gotta go to the handy dandy phone.
I had 2 touchdowns. He said that's a
Just
bad
one
game.
time, just one matchup?
Probably more than that. He
How
wasn't.
young was he?
I was a rookie.
I don't know.
By the time he got to Baltimore and we played against him in Seattle, he was walking. He was not even a fucking part of the
I had
game.
over 80 catches.
Nah, you didn't have 80 catches when we
I had
played, y'all. You had about 2 for like 7 yards.
This dude
Done.
here, this dude
Easy
here,
day.
this dude
Easy
here.
day.
Hey,
Give me my little Louis
when he
shot.
was with the Cowboys, he said I didn't do nothing.
You did it.
And I believed him. So then I had to go look at the stats. I had like 5 for 80 with 2
Bro,
touchdowns.
you didn't have 80 yards.
And I'm in the slot.
Bro, no, you
And what did he
didn't.
say he
He said
played?
he was in the neck.
Thank you. And then, that was a zone. Yeah, your coach knew you couldn't cover me, so he put your ass in the zone.
Bro,
Yeah.
the fact that we beat y'all with Brad Johnson and 2 rookie corners.
Listen, I had 2 touchdowns.
And y'all still
he said
lost
it was
by
a bad
10
game.
points.
He said it was a bad
Yeah,
game.
you had a 1-yard catch
So
and a
you
3-yard
you
catch.
played against Chad. He had the nerve to say, and Chad couldn't do nothing on us.
He did it.
I said, this guy here, bro.
Bro, I'm just telling you what happened when I went. I don't care what you did when you went to your auntie house, when you went to your friend's house.
That's
you
what
came
I'm
to my
telling you.
house,
He
That's all I'm telling you.
I had 2 touchdowns. I had 2
You know when
touchdowns.
you get it when you tell your kid, homeboy, like, I don't really care what
Anybody
you
that
do at
watched
this
this,
person's house.
hey,
When you
if
come to
my
my
house,
house,
this
this house.
the
If
rule.
you gave up 2 touchdowns, would
I
you
didn't give
consider
up
that a
2
good game?
touchdowns.
Nah, that would
I'm
be
in the slot, he in the slot.
That would be a
I
long
didn't
day.
give up 2 touchdowns. Just
Hey.
because I live across the street from you and you kill somebody don't make me a murderer.
Nah.
Get the fuck
You
out of
a
here,
slot
man.
corner, I'm a
Bro,
slot
man,
receiver.
nah,
I
I'm
had
not
2
even
touchdowns.
I'm not about to entertain this
I
shit.
had 2 touchdowns.
All right,
That's all
you
I'm
didn't
saying.
have a touchdown
It's
on me.
okay.
None. I know that you got a touchdown call back because you hold it.
I did.
Because you block with your
Bruh,
hands and not with your feet.
I'm blocking this dude. He ain't even trying. And that's when I went off on
Because you
that
block
rep,
with
too.
your hands and not with your feet.
That was a terrible ass call by that rep,
That's
too.
fine. You can say it could
Said
be
you went off on him?
It could be
Bruh,
you
let
could-
his ass
listen,
have it.
You can scream
I
as much
remember
as,
that, too. I
you
remember
can
that
scream
play.
as much as
He
you
wasn't
want
trying to
to.
make
He's
the
never
play.
going to change his mind.
It don't
and
matter.
after y'all played us, I think that Hasselback was on ESPN talking about how you was giving bullshit effort when we played against y'all.
So we talking about when I was with Seattle.
Both times. And then I don't remember
So
you
we
in
played the
overtime.
Cowboys, right? I got Terrence Newman beat on the go route. I got him beat by like 3 yards.
This guy could do no wrong.
I'll pull it up.
That's fine.
Hasselbeck hit Terrence Newman in the back of the head. All I did was throw the ball up. He got mad at me. I went to the side. You ain't
I'm about
gonna
to find your
cuss me
stats.
at all, bro. I don't quarterback coach. Went to the sideline, let him know something. I got him beat. You hit the DB in the back of the helmet. I got him beat on the go route. How you hit him in the back of the helmet? So I said something. Now, before we let you go, top 5 corners in the game of football today. But I had 2 touchdowns against Orlando. Go look it up when he played for the
Fucking
Cowboys.
lying, bro. Stop
dude.
playing that false narrative. You're on that Shannon Sharp shit now.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go to my phone, dog.
He don't have 2 touchdowns against me. Not against me.
Man, where Darnell when I need him?
So we're making rap
He
songs.
know.
You might have had 2
Hey,
touchdowns
give me
in
your
the game,
top.
but
No,
not
I
against
have
me.
top five corners playing today.
I'm gonna go Xavier. I'm gonna go
Who?
Xavier Howard.
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna go
tripping. I done heard
Denzel
about
Ward.
him.
I'm gonna go. That little Pat Surtain, boy, he right on the cusp. He on the cusp. He
He's
ain't
just
quite
young.
there yet.
He coming there.
Boy, but his
Yeah.
technique's so sound.
And
I'm
he
telling
big
you,
as
his
fuck.
technique sound. He's so comfortable at the line of scrimmage and press. I'm gonna put J.C. Jackson because he get the football. Slay.
What, you forgetting somebody?
Probably Jaheir is probably the last
What
one.
about Ramsey?
I'm forgetting. Who?
Jalen Ramsey.
Oh yeah, Jalen. I hadn't got to my NFC side yet. That's why I say I got to go through rosters,
If
bro.
you gonna put
I
J.C.
gotta look at
Jackson, you gotta
team.
put Trayvon Diggs.
And he right there at the bottom, yeah. I mean, I probably wouldn't put Diggs from a standpoint of, and I love Diggs. I absolutely love Trayvon Diggs. He goes and gets that football, and I put a premium on getting that football. But I would say the difference between JC and him, I think JC's gotten that football for me a little bit longer. Has been a little bit more consistent. And you might point out the dude, I don't only know the dude name from Kansas City that got him, but we all get got.
Justin Watson.
Yeah, whatever the dude. Yeah. No name
everybody
guy.
gonna get beat.
Everybody get
Yeah.
got. And so I ain't mad at that. He right there, one more step.
As you would say,
You'll learn from
even
that.
a trash can gets a
Yeah,
step.
you'll learn
get
from
beat.
that.
Yeah,
And
for
Jalen
sure.
probably number one for sure. But
Yeah.
Jalen, Jaheir,
Denzel.
who else did I say?
Xavier Howard.
Yeah, Xavier Howard. I got to put Slay on that. Slay think I don't
Slay is
like him.
probably the most
Slay think
underrated
I don't
one out the
like him,
group.
But I
He can play.
I like Slay. I just be wanting more from Slay. Slay got mad. I called him out because he ain't want none of DK one time and went and got at some cats the next week. So I love Slay. I like challenging Slay too because he listen. He fight too. Old school cat, old school mentality. And I like Marlon Humphrey and, Peters. They all my dudes. They get the football. But, yeah, them dudes that I was naming probably that top five.
Appreciating
No doubt.
Pro Bowler, 757 finest, DeAngelo Hall, airing it out. We be back next week. And for all y'all that are listening and watching,
Motherfucker, liar.
go look up the stats. I tutted his ass up 2 times.
Bro, you didn't
Two
even.
touchdowns.
In the slot, 2 times. This boy over here, as the youngsters would say, he capping for real.
but
killing his
listen,
ass.
when you
we
up
out,
in
man.
the
Let me
game.
see y'all next week, bro. Up here lying and shit.
Bro, your stats were your stats, but they wasn't on me.
I play in the
Bro,
slot.
stop
And
with
that's
this.
when Chris Henry was alive.
Oh,
so he was on the outside. Chad was on the outside. I'm in the middle.